Hi, this is very small story about privilege, about my own privilege, um, because we were having this discussion ultimately a lot, but not enough. When I was in my 5 or 6, I discovered that my sister, the older one, we are a lot of people in home. The older one, she was mute. She don't talk. She don't listen. She born with this condition. I discovered that very late because she don't live with us. She has she catch some kind of fight with my mom because she want to have some kind of different life, have boyfriend and have children and married and have a home. And in my country, it's pretty normal that when people has this kind of difficult conditions in life, when people is blind or when people can listen or speak, like my sister, they usually just stay in home all their life and they take care of their fathers at the end of the days. We just assume that they don't have the right to have a normal life. She don't live with us, so when I was like 6 or 7 or 5, I really don't remember. I discovered that she can talk, she can listen in sound, she can go to the school, she can go to the college, she can do all the things that I can do, like learn a second language and a third one and a fourth one. She can't because she can just learn one language, a language of signs. When I had 12, I presenced this awful situation in the college. Before go to the military school, I was in the classroom, and some of my uh, colleagues in the high school, the other children, was bullying, but in that moment we don't have that word. They were kind of picking a fight with a girl in the classroom, saying all kind of names to her, and I never intervened in that fight because I don't know her. I don't have any contact with them because I'm more like an introvert person. I was the child in the back of the classroom, and I decided not to intervene. I decided not put my voice in there. They were catching a fight with her for her color of skin. They were bullying her and they were saying all kind of awful things to her, to hurt her feelings, to make her feel bad. I passed the next 4 or 5 years of my life feeling so bad about it because I was a total coward. I reconnected with her years later and I talked with her about it. And I said to her, I really didn't knew how to talk in that moment, and I'm really sorry for that because I stayed in silence in that moment. And I promise to you I never will be in silence again, never in my life, wherever are the conditions, because this is not fair. We are in the same classroom, we are the same people, taking the same class, taking the same teachers. That means that we are all the same level of dumb, and they are taking this fight on you because you are a black person. That's not right in any possible way. When happens this situation when my family put me in the military school, where I tell before I were physically and mentally abused over and over so many times that I literally lost the number of times. Before go there, I had the opportunity to go to a famous art school in my country because I'm very good painting from very child, and my fathers do everything, almost everything, to put me in that art school because it was a privilege to go there. I was accepted, but in the end they decided to put me in the military school. It was more convenient for the height of the people. That your boy in home go to the military school. Because I was apparently too much sissy and too much gay and everything else. So they decided to put me in the military school. They literally take this opportunity from me. But this is not about that. They put me in the military school because it's more important how the neighbors perceive you. And I was in the military school for almost 4 years, 3 years and a half, something like that. And staying there, I was abused so many times, but I never was worried about it. I mean, I suffer a lot, but never was my priority, my center priority, or maybe my way to reflect this problem was avoided and focus in something else. And I focus in the small group of the school made for black people who were always sit down in the end of the place for lunch because they were bullied so much. And we were people in the same age, in the same school. And they were so bad treated so many times that I decided to put my voice for them. So we create some kind of group of support. And it's super interesting that when you are in this age of 13, 14, 15, you need to create a group of support for your own colleagues in the classroom. It's very interesting, that's the word. That's how bad is working our system in the schools, in the world, in every place. Years later, I started looking for college and university and work. I remember one of my first interviews. I come out of the office and my friend who worked with me to the place, I say to her, I think that they don't like me too much because I talk too much. I am super gay and I am a different kind of person for the standards of my country. My friend says, yeah, they obviously noticed that you are gay, but at least you are white. And my brain just shocked for a moment. It was like, what? It's like someone come to tell you, you know, your skin is blue. You don't know that, but you are blue. What? I mean, this is skin color. No, you are blue. Was something like that. I was, what? And she said, yeah, you know, because in this company they prefer give the work to this kind of people than this other kind of people. They don't like too much black people. And I immediately say, I don't want to work there. And now I don't want to work in that place. And they called me the next week and I say, no, I'm not interested. And I did a lot of research on the internet at that moment that I noted people was claiming that they don't like to have people of color in the place. And I say, I don't want to work in that place. I don't go to work to give more money to that people. When I go to the college, it was a similar condition. In my country, we are very mixed color skin people. It's not like United States that you see white and black and some browns in the middle. In my country, it's super mixed. And when I go to the college to do the admission, I pass because apparently I am smarter than I think. And I go to the school, and when I was close to graduate, I noted that in all my classroom, take me 5 years noted that That's how dumb I am. That's how unaware I am. I noted that in all my classroom of 38 students were just two persons of color. I never noted before. I was too much focused on my work, in school, and all kind of excuses that I can put to justify this horrible situation of me being so stupid and confused and unaware of my privilege in that moment. So I started reading the statistics. And result and was super hurtful now understand that based on the color of my skin, because now living in the United States, I noted something that I don't noted before. I never took taken seriously, but now people say to me that I am white passing or white passing or something like that. That is super offensive for me. And according to the statistics, I have more possibilities, 76% or 78% of possibilities to be accepted in the college than another person, just based on my skin color. In the United States, 91% of possibilities that I am admitted before a black person. That's the reason why I decided not take college in the United States. When I had the opportunity to take classes or something, I said no. I prefer don't be part of this. I can't. I'm sorry, I really can't. I can be part of a system that is totally broken. I'm trying to be aware of my own privilege. I passed almost 4 years in the military school, being the most unhappy person in the world, risking my own life over and over because I don't want to be there, because I don't have reasons to live when I was there. Because that is how when we are in high school, every drama is the end of the world, correct? And I was very in the edge in that moment, especially I was being abused. And nobody in my family believed me. And they put me there and they just practically locked me there. But all those years, what I was listening was the voice of my sisters in home, repeating over and over how much they want to go to the military school. They are older than me for 6 years, 9 years, 12 years, 13 or 14 years. They are all older than me. And when I was a child, apparently they asked so many times about in the military school. They wanted so much, but my father and my mother say no, because you are a girl. That's not the place for a girl. That's the place for a man. So when I grow up and I had the amazing opportunity to go to the art school, they put me in the military school. Something that I don't want, but I benefit of the system because we grow up watching these stereotypes that the women and girls need to live and dress and go in some way, and men and boys need to dress and work and talk in some different way. I was benefit for the system. I had the privilege, a privilege that I don't want, but I had it. And I continue having so many privileges. If the fact that sometimes you are unaware about your own benefits, about your own privilege, this means that you have that privilege most of the times. No, privilege is not white privilege. It's not born in a wealthy family and have a lot of money. That probably you have a more bigger rainbow of options to choose careers in life, because probably your fathers can pay you the best college the best classes, the best personal teachers in home. They can pay you for private classes of French or English, Spanish. They can pay you for more books. They can pay you for personal tutoring. They can pay you for architecture. That is the career that most of the people, I think, that want to study, but it's excessively expensive. And a lot of people with talent for these careers don't have those opportunities because their families don't have the money. This means that these people has a privilege, correct? If you are a white person, you have white privilege, being aware or not. The fact that you don't know it is a privilege because you are benefiting so much of it that you just give it for granted. The fact that you have more options, more opportunities to go to the school or apply for a job in every company in the world, that's a privilege that many people don't have. This not means that you don't sacrifice. This not mean that your effort is invalid. This not mean that you give everything for granted. This not means that you need to work less. This not means that you struggle less. This not mean that you don't struggle about anything. This just means that between all of this tension of options which you are struggling, your skin color is not one of those. This just means that when you apply for a job, people don't go to say no because you're black or Latino. People, when you apply for the college, don't go to say no because you're black or Latino. This means that if you see a fight in the world, in walking in the street, and you see a group of people fighting there, and you're working there, and you see the cops doing nothing, and you start yelling to the cops. If you are white, people will take some pictures of you yelling to the cops and will publish on Instagram and Twitter, and you will be the hero of the situation. Oh, I was there yelling, and I fight against the cops, I fight against the system, I am a hero. Cops probably just go to ask you 2 or 3 times, take your way or you will be arrested. And you have the option to continue yelling and being arrested. Probably you will be out the next day. Or you can just walk out and tell your story to the world on Instagram. Be a hero. If now imagine the same situation being a black person, how do you think that will react the cops when you walk to them and start yelling? I'm pretty sure that you know for a fact that exactly could happen. I'm part, I think. I am the outsider, I always say that, but I am part in some way of this metaphysical community. Where we grow up listening and reading white authors over and over. When a black person wrote a book about voodoo or hoodoo, we applaud and say, oh, that book is nice because a person qualified for this wrote it. But when a white person do the same book, we applaud more and we do more noise. When a black persona or a Latin persona or a Hispanic persona or an Asiatic person publish a book or something, we put a tag on there. Oh, you need to buy this because you are supporting black people. Not because the talent of work behind, it's because you are supporting someone. We celebrate a little. When a white person do exactly the same, we fight so hard to find the validation of these people, to put them in the number one, and we celebrate their number one, and we talk over and over about the benefits. It's something that always was problematic for me because in Spanish we continue having, in Latin America we continue having the same problem. I see this stereotype, this archetype that I hate so much, this lack of representation. I see this always is this discussion why people say witchcraft is everything about politics, and when something political happens, Black Lives Matter, Me Too movement, they just stay in silence. Just silence. Just put the hashtag, put Black Lives Matter in your Twitter to decorate your profile, to look like you are an ally. You don't need to take any action. Nobody will judge you because you are white. Nobody really cares if you are doing something. And if you ask about something, they just will come to you and say, I'm trying to don't be too much involved in politics because I don't want to divide my public, because I am a public person. I don't want to put people in fights. I don't want to pick a fight about politics because people will feel uncomfortable and blah blah blah. But when they need to raise numbers, we're starting to talking about witchcraft. It's everything about politics. Politics is everything. Politics is so powerful. We need to understand the politics of the world, because if you are not involved in politics, if you don't have opinion of politics, Black Lives Matter is happening. They just put a hashtag. That's all their action, and we celebrate and we give applause to these people. Oh, they are the heroes because they put the hashtag, and that's enough to find the validation of everyone else. That's privilege. That's the privilege that you will be applauded. You will be celebrated for absolutely anything. Facts, fun facts. I work, and this is not any secret if you has following my content for some time. If you are new here, this will be new for you. I graduate of marketing and advertising. That's my career. I work all my life on that. I work in at least, so many companies, and I had the opportunity to work with so many brands that I have in my hands. And this is a fact. I'm not lying. I don't win anything lying about it. When you are white in any company, music industry, publisher company, a fabric of toys, and you have a product, you create this teddy bear, and we have these two teddy bears that we go to sell in the stores. The teddy bear that was made for this black designer will has this very small amount of money for promotion and advertising and marketing. 90% of the money for promotion is just focusing, you need to buy this because it was made for a black person. We don't go to talk about the quality of the product. We don't go to talk about how revolutionary or amazing is the product. I don't know if the word revolutionary really exists. My English is terrible. I told you many times I am dumb. Incredible dumb. The teddy bear designed for a white person will have at least, if this is a decent company, at least 4 or 6 times more amount of money for promotion, because it was designed for a white person. So our speech in the promotion will be, this teddy bear is the best, the quality of the product, the level or number of employees that we create around the production, the massive production of this teddy bear. We put everything in there. But when it's designed for a black person, all the speech is, this was designed for a black person. Buy it. Buy it if you are black and you want to support your group. Buy it if you want to be an ally. But for everyone else, buy the white one, because this is the best. This has the best quality. This is gold. This teddy bear will make you sleep like the best night ever in your life. because it was designed for a white person. That happens in all the markets, and everyone who is graduate or student marketing and advertising and at least have 2 different jobs in this area of expertise like me will tell you that it's not a lie. We just give for granted these things. If you are a white person, you have the privilege to risk yourself in these things, and people will just buy it. I'm not saying that you don't struggle in the creation of your product. I'm not saying that you are an effortless person, that you are lazy, that your effort is not value. On the contrary, it is. You put a lot of effort, work, sacrifice. But nobody is judging your product, your work, your results based on your skin color. Nobody is giving you option of work just because we need representation in a place. Nobody is inviting you to an event, physical or online, just because we need representation in the event. Oh, we have so much white people here, so let me invite one person in the end. Just, to don't look racist. You don't need to struggle with that. You will be immediately in the VIP list to be invited. And when they have all the numbers, they just will invite one person of color to figure out, to look, we are allies. We invite this person to our event. We invite this writer to our blog. We invite this author to make one book for us. It's important to be aware of your privilege. I am trying at my age to be aware of all my privilege. I have the privilege to be I don't know how to say it in English, but I am a healthy person. I don't have the conditions of my sister, who can listen a sound, who can talk. I have my vocal cords. I can learn many languages if I want. I actually talk a lot of languages. She not. I have that privilege. I have the privilege that I am a Latin person, but I continue being white passing, what is really offensive and really hurts me. No, the fact that people who is more qualified than me for different jobs or works has less opportunities than me to have them. Just because I'm white passing. And they not. They probably did a college in this country. They probably talk 6-7 languages. They probably are more qualified than this guy. But they will have just the 20% of possibilities to be hired for the same job than me. And that is a fucking privilege that I don't want to have, but I am aware of that. And it's very important that you are aware of each one of your privilege. And don't just avoid these conversations, because it's very important if we want to heal our community, to heal our world, to heal our places, our families. It's very important to have these conversations about the privilege that we have and we always give for granted. It's very important. Be aware of our own privilege. Please be aware of your privilege. Thank you.